Welcome to the File Management, Path, and Payroll Java Week 2 video demo. We'll take a look at what the operating system is and where it is. We'll look at the path environment variable. We'll also create a Java workspace and finally end up coding up payroll.java on page 10 of our text. To find out what type of operating system I have, I'll click on the Windows Start button, go to the Control Panel, and click on System. You can see that I have a 32-bit system, which is kind of old. Also, in the Advanced System Settings, I can look at environment variables and examine a very important environment variable called path. This is a little bit difficult to see all of the inroads to my path because they are separated by semicolons. So let's take a closer look at this with the command line. I'll start a command line prompt and simply type in path, P-A-T-H. I will output this path to a file name, path output to my path.txt. Now I will take a look and make sure it's here. Too many, it's down here, my path. So I'll go to my graphical user interface and open up my path. The only thing that I remember is that it was in Windows System 32, and I'm not too worried about not remembering it because I'll just click on Date Modified, and here it is right here, my path. I'll show you that. It's right at the top here because I just modified it at 7:31 p.m. I'm going to open that up with one of my all-time favorite text editors called TextPad. To do that, I right-click and choose Open With. I've already got TextPad open here because I recently used it, but I will open with TextPad. TextPad is just a text editor, and I just want to separate these items by the semicolons so I can see what paths I have. Path is where the operating system looks for executable files. I'm looking for a special place called Java so that my Java C compiler can run. And sure enough, I finally found it. Program Files Java JDK 1.8.0_65 bin. In the bin directory, let's take a close look at this and see what is in the bin directory. So here we are in Windows Explorer, Program Files, Java, you notice there's two JDKs here, but this is the one in my path. I could go ahead and delete this folder and all of its contents. In bin, which by the way is short for binary, sure enough I see javac.exe. Now let's go ahead and create a Java workplace, which is just a new folder or a directory where I can place my Java files. I will right click on local disk C and choose new folder. In around computers, the exclamation is called a bang. So I type in bang my Java stuff. Now you can see up top I have my Java stuff. There's nothing in here, so I'll go ahead and put something in here. I just created a file named payroll.java. Let me just take a few minutes and tell you some of the differences between what I've keyed in here as payroll.java and what you see on page 10. First of all, I will open this again with TextPad, and you can see these comments. Comments, single line comments begin with 2 forward slashes in Java. They are ignored by the compiler. It's a good idea to put your name and your the date and the name of your program and short description of the program. Although, because of the way Blackboard works, I know that it's submitted from you. This looks pretty much the same. However, I like to declare my variables on separate lines. This is a little bit different from page 10. Also, notice what TextPad has done for me. It has made my Java keywords or Java identifiers or reserved words in blue. It's colorized them. This is my variable declaration section. Here's my input section. Generally, we do not hard code things like this. Next week, we'll actually use the scanner class. We'll get input from the user. And here's my processing. This is the assignment operator. I'm assigning the results of the variable hours times, this is the multiplication operator, times pay rate. All of these variables, operators, lines and statement, punctuation are in chapter 1, so please read that. At the end of every statement, at the end of every Java statement, we need a semicolon. If I do not have a semicolon, my file will not compile properly. And I'll show you that. Yes, I'll replace it. Now I want to open up my command line. CD for change directory / to the root. CD bang my Java stuff. The command line is case insensitive. It will find my Java stuff regardless if I have uppercase or lowercase j there. dir, show me what's there. There's payroll. I want to compile this, Java C, payroll.java, and I should get an error. This means that there's an error on line 17. Sometimes the error reporting is accurate. In this case it is. I'm certainly missing the statement terminator or the semicolon. So I've got to go back to my source code right here. I put the semicolon where it's supposed to be and I save that. Once it's saved, I have to go back and run this again. F3 is a shortcut. F3 Java C payroll.java, and now finally Java payroll. Whoops, let me do dir and show you the class file. Here's the class file that was created. So Java is source file. Go ahead and try to open the class file with text editor. You'll see a bunch of characters that your text editor tries to make sense out of, but it's compiled, it's machine language. It's only makes sense to the Java virtual machine that we're reading about in chapter 1 here. So Java, calling the Java virtual machine, named Java, and I say run the class file named payroll. There's no extension here, it's Java payroll. And that's it. Your gross pay is $1,000. This concludes file management, path, and payroll in 8 minutes and 40 seconds.